Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian, and we are getting ready to count down to 420 on It's 420 Somewhere podcast, guys. That is right. I'm excited. It is True Crime Thursday, and we are looking, we have a ditty. We have a ditty today, guys. We are looking into the city of Espanola, New Mexico. Now, I found that I dove deep into this rabbit hole a couple years ago, I think during COVID, um, about a corrupt sheriff who over pushes his power and then tries to push on to the local police, and then the police raid the sheriff department, and two sheriffs back to back have been sent to prison from this town. It's insane, guys. We are going to get into this thing. We're going to have a good time. We're going to count down to 420. We're going to get into an awesome strain review. I'm smoking on some rocket fuel still, guys, and we're going to get into that. What? Rocket fuel, you say? Yes, I say. We'll get into that when we count down to 420. Be right back, guys.
Get set, because it's time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
What's up? What's up, guys? I got to figure out how to do that transition a little smoother from beginning to end. Like there's that little bit of gap in between where I used to be able to talk over the overlay. Anyway, guys, fancy, smancy talk. What are we looking at, guys? Uh-oh, we got a problem here. Oh, no, Lonnie. Lonnie was just in a car accident. Oh man, as I filmed this, guys, Lonnie was just in a car accident. He says his neck and shoulders are kind of hurt. Oh, dang. Oh man, that's horrible. Lonnie, thoughts and prayers, man. You need anything, let us know. We're here for you, man. Kingman crew, reach out to him if he's not on and see what we can do. Hopefully he's all right. It didn't look horrible, but man, yeah, all right. Kingman crew's already on it. Didn't even 2 hours before it airs, guys. I didn't even need to look. Look at you guys. All right, guys. Welcome to the It's 420 podcast. We got breaking news as we air. Oh, man. Hey, if it's your first time watching and you're wondering what this is a podcast. We go live Monday through Friday. Counting down to 420 every day, guys. We get into a whole mess of trouble in the meantime, and we talk all things cannabis. That is right. And things that just elevate your mind in general, man. Things that just don't necessarily account to stoners. It could be to anybody. That is right. True Crime Thursday, like today, guys. Who doesn't love true crime? That's just not a horror thing, or I mean a stoner thing. Horror. Who loves horror? Not just stoners. Who loves paranormal? Not just stoners. Come on, come on. You guys know what's up. Hang on 1 second, guys. And boom. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Pause. Ooh. I'm using. I'm in the means of making a new set local at my house. So I'm using the monitor thing in the background, and it's on YouTube. And I like the logo, except it's awful bright with this new camera setup. Anyway, um, it's but it's on YouTube and it will pause. I pause it, and if you don't like hit it and go, it like and plays on its own, and then we got a whole mess of trouble, just like what this podcast is. This podcast is a whole mess of trouble, guys. So we do movie Mondays, we do true crime, we do paranormal Tuesdays, we do weed Wednesdays, we do True Crime Thursdays, guys, and then we do Baked and Unboxed at 420, where we give away a ton of stuff. We unbox the coolest collectibles out there, everything, not just collectibles, and we give a lot of it away, guys. That is right. We are giving away the mask from the movie Haunt. Check that out. That is cool. That is so cool, guys. All right. Make sure you're hashtagging the movie or hashtagging Haunt to get in on this. So you also got to get the 8x10. Sorry, guys, the car accident got me a little distracted. I didn't want to ignore what's going on there, see if I can help in any way. But anyway, guys, on with the show. The show must go on. I think these guys got it covered. Oh man, Lonnie. I'll reach out as soon as it shows up, buddy. So yeah. Also, guys, we have the autographed Joe Dante, the director of Gremlins. This awesome 8x10 of the movie Gremlins. He's JSA certified autograph on it, and then we also have the Diane Salinger from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. She played Simone. We have her autograph on an 8x10, guys. Hashtag Pee-wee. We'll be giving those away tomorrow, and we'll be announcing a whole new mess of weekly and monthly giveaways as well. So look for that Baked and Unboxed tomorrow at 420. We also got the 710 show, guys. Oh, we got so much stuff. It's not even funny. But what we also got, guys, was while we blah, 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 blah. It's easy for me to say. While we count down to 420, we do the top 5 at 420, guys. And what this is today we got pranks and scares. So these are epic fails, guys. We have our minions scour the internet to bring to you the greatest epic scares and fails out there, guys. And I think we did a damn good job on this one. Let's go ahead and add it here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm slacking today. All right. Here we go, guys. The top 5 at 420. And the 420 is brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Save some green on some green. We got the Super Bowl savings, guys. Make sure you're running down, checking it out. All right, number 4, guys. Oh. All right, my editing bad on that one, guys. All right. Number 3. Oh, this is good. Watch this. That's what happens when you fall asleep at the beach. Look how much time that dude spent on that too. Like he was determined to do that. Oh, those are some epic moments right there, man. Oh. Number 2. Oh, my daughter's a runner. When she gets scared, she just runs. Oh, that's funny. I love how long it took her a minute. She's like, Mijo. Oh, no, that's not Mijo. All right, number 1, guys. Oh, God, that's some. Oh, God. Oh, that is sure. Oh, that's a double whammy. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, God. You know, that ain't nothing nice, man. That's one thing that, if there's anything that gets me going, is fired up and be cold like that, like all of a sudden like that. All right, that was your top 5 at 420, brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. We got some bonus for you. Oh man, that was good. That was really good. All right, guys, go ahead. I want you to get those dab rigs, get those pipes, get those bongs, get those joints, get those blunts, get it, what you need to get, because we're counting down to 420, guys, and it's almost that time, almost that place. That is right. That is right. What are you guys getting into? I'm getting into some rocket fuel. This is Apex. This is eighths that are diamond infused. This sucker's coming in about 50%. And oh my God, man, it is fire. I'll show you on the flip side, guys, because I got to jump over on the other side. And I got some cotton mouth like a big dog. I got to get some drink on 420. But guys, I want you to blow it up, blow up those comments. Let me know what you're getting into. Edibles, wine, beer, whatever it is. Blow up those comments, guys, because it's 420.
You ain't dabbing unless it's every day. That's you.
Boom. That is right, guys. 420 like nobody's business. All right. It's 420, guys. How is your 420? I want you guys to check out this Epix Diamonds. See if I can get this thing. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that. This is rocket fuel, guys. It's $30 an eighth, which isn't anything price wise. This thing's coming in at almost 50%. This is a nug so big, Doesn't even want to come out. Look at this. Look at this. Big old freaking fire nugs, guys. Yes, this diamond infused, like to call it frosted donuts, coming in at about 50%. Like, yeah, nobody's business, guys. 49.24. I'll give them the extra 0.75. To me, that is some fire, man. It is rocket fuel. They got a few other ones in there that run about anywhere from 40 to the 49. I think some come in at a high 39. So definitely check this out, guys. 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California, the Healing Center. That is right. All right, guys, guess what day it is, as if we haven't been talking about it for the last, oh, wait a minute. Did I not transfer? Oh, I might not have production value for this today, guys. Oh, no, what would happen? Yeah, I don't. I don't have any production value for this. Wow. All right. Well, I feel like I'm cheating you guys. I feel like it isn't True Crime Thursday without the bullet. So, okay, ready? True Crime Thursday. All right, guys, that was your production value. Oh, that was your production value as Alexa goes off in the background. All right. As that happened, guys, ooh, always listening. Always listening. All right. It is True Crime Thursday, and you're not going to get production value like that anywhere else, I guarantee you. Guys, we are jumping into the weirdest freaking town and the weirdest freaking story I've heard in a long time. You guys know, like, I'm Mr. Stand Up for Your Rights. You know, I'm out yelling at code enforcement in my underwear at 6:30 in the morning. You know, so I get it. And man, woo, you know what? Like these stories, like people will say, oh, you know, conspiracy theories. Well, you know what? Man, stories like this isn't no conspiracy. This is real deal. It just shows small town politics, people putting their nose in other people's business that shouldn't be, people thinking they got way too much authority when they really don't. So we're going to check this out, guys. Like I said, yeah, 2 sheriffs, both have been sent to prison from this town in a row, not just back to back. It's really crazy, guys. This video is brought to you by Audit the Audit. Great channel. Watch them a lot if you guys want to know your rights, and you guys want to know they really audit law enforcement and interactions. So really great channel. Let you know your rights and stand up for your rights. That is right. All right, we will get into this right now, guys.
On the evening of March 22nd, 2020, Espanola, New Mexico resident Philip Chacon barricaded himself into his home after the Espanola Police Department attempted to make contact with him regarding a stabbing incident which occurred earlier that day. The Espanola PD surrounded the house and began issuing orders for Mr. Chacon to surrender peacefully. Shortly after the incident began, Rio Arriba Sheriff James Lujan arrived on the scene in plain clothes and attempted to order the Espanola City police officers to leave the scene.
You're in charge?
Yeah, yes.
Pull your people back. I'll bring him in.
Bring who in?
Phil Chacon? That's who you have a warrant for?
Right.
Pull everybody out. I'll bring him in.
I don't want to pull them out.
Huh?
I don't want to pull them back.
Excuse me? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. I will bring him in. Okay? We don't need to make this bigger than what it is.
All right, so real quick, guys. So first of all, that was the sheriff. What a douchebag. We'll get into more about this situation as it unfolds, but you know, so this is the city police that are responding to this call. They have a city council member, Philip Chacon in there. He barricaded himself in. He got into an altercation, I believe, a shooting, I believe, and he's barricaded himself in. And then the sheriff just shows up. So the city police are on the scene. The sheriff shows up. Now the sheriff is just an elected position. Like I don't think. Anyway, we'll get into it, guy. I don't think the sheriff has much say over city police. But let's finish this part up.
Hey, the sheriff just pulled in, and he's asking us to pull back, and he'll pull him in. But he's been drinking. I can smell it on him. We're gonna need somebody. Huh? Yeah. And we need to pull somebody over here, somebody above me, because he's already pushing his weight around with me. So. Okay. We're not pulling back. Hi. I'm waiting for. I told Jeremy. Jeremy's calling Command 1 now. But do you smell it, or am I the only one who smells it?
Yeah. Please do something about it.
Okay. Right.
Mr. Chacon eventually surrendered to the officers and was taken into custody. During the standoff, Sheriff Lujan revealed to the Espanola officers that he had been communicating with Mr. Chacon while he was inside the home, and briefly attempted to convince the officers that Mr. Chacon was not actually in the house. Sheriff Lujan's strange behavior and unwelcome appearance garnered suspicion from the Espanola Police Department, and culminated in the department filing official charges against Sheriff Lujan, and securing search warrants for both the sheriff's personal cell phone and the phone issued to him by the sheriff's office. On the morning of May 14th, the Espanola PD attempted to serve those warrants at the Rio Arriba Sheriff's Office.
All right, so he was texting dude when he was barricaded in his house. He freaking just messaging the sheriff saying, "Hey, I'm in here. Come get me out." And so they want the phones. It was like, wow, freaking how corrupt, man.
Hey, Under Sheriff, how are you? Good, yeah. Good. Is James here, the sheriff? We just need to speak with him. Hold on. What's up, guys?
Hello, sir.
Hey, sure.
Come in here.
You want to do it in there? Or you want
Do what?
In here, what?
just have a couple of search warrants for your
For
cell
what?
phones. For your cell phones. So, one on your personal cell phone, and then one on your work cell phone. So those are your copies. Do you want?
At this point, Sheriff Lujan has officially been served the search warrants and must comply with the orders of the judge immediately. The search warrant authorizes officers to search the sheriff for the phones, and as of this moment, the phones are in the sheriff's pocket, which means that he was served the warrant while in possession of the phones. However, Sheriff Lujan attempts to circumvent the authority of the warrants by handing his phones to his colleague, Under Sheriff Martin Trujillo.
Hold on to that. This was filed today.
Yes, sir.
You have your phone? Call Nate. Casados is not. Is this for which case? What case is this?
So that is in reference to stemming from the original charges.
Which one? The misdemeanor?
So that
You
one.
got a search warrant on a misdemeanor.
So DA approved it out of Socorro,
Somewhere, yeah. Clovis, somewhere.
Clovis, and then Pat Casado signed off on it.
You know, okay, so here's my issue. Freaking cops hate it, won't tolerate it, will throw you on the ground and beat your butt. Ass. I was going to beat your ass. Oh, wait a minute. For playing these games where you're like, oh, you got a warrant? Who signed it? Mayor McCheese? Oh, it looks like the date is wrong. Like, and so a guy in law enforcement to be playing these games when I bet you he's slammed countless inmates, countless suspects for wasting his time, for even suspecting like well, even questioning his authority. So now, it's all hypocrites. It's all hypocritical. Ugh.
Well, he has my personal phone and my work phone.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to stay there until I get it cleared to my attorney first.
Fair enough.
The sheriff informs the officers that he will not surrender the phones until he has spoken with his attorney. While all Americans are entitled to due process under the 5th and 14th Amendments, disputing the legitimacy of a search warrant as it is being served does not fall within the scope of those protections. If a defendant wishes to challenge the validity of a search warrant, they must do so in a court of law, not on the streets. And the fact that the Espanola officers allowed the sheriff to call his attorney and wander around the office freely after serving the warrants is a testament to the privilege that officers often afford one another when performing their duties. In a country where departments are authorized to execute no-knock raids daily, seize millions of dollars of contraband, and intercept sensitive personal information all in the name of justice, it is highly irregular for officers to allow a suspect to comply with a warrant on their own terms.
Busy right now.
It doesn't have the case number on here for the original.
Right there.
Oh God.
That's a PD case number. It doesn't have a magistrate or a district case. This is in district court too, and this is a magistrate warrant. Okay? This case is already in district court.
This is a magistrate warrant.
You understand that this case is in district court, right? Did you get a district court judge to approve it?
District court judges don't do search warrants anymore. They just don't. They put them all down to magistrate.
Did you know that? I didn't know that.
They just don't do them.
Okay.
In the 1971 Supreme Court case of Coolidge versus Hampshire, the court held that a warrant must be issued by a neutral and detached judge capable of determining whether probable cause exists. Whether the warrant was signed by the circuit judge or a magistrate is irrelevant. To obtain a warrant, law enforcement officers must show that there is probable cause to believe a search is justified. Officers must support this showing with sworn statements, and must describe in particularity the place they will search and the items they will seize. The search warrant that the Espanola officers are attempting to serve specifically targets Sheriff Lujan's work phone and the personal phone that he was using to communicate with Mr. Chacon during the March 22nd standoff. Keep this in mind, because it will play an important role later in this episode.
And so it has nothing to do like the search warrant's a search warrant. When you get to court, you can then fight the legalities of it. You can't argue when they're trying. Can you imagine a guy who's accused of selling drugs or holding someone kidnapped who actually didn't, and they open the front door and they're like, no, I'm going to debate this. Is this the magistrate number? No. It should have been a PD number. No, it doesn't fly. It's ridiculous. It's flying for this freaking a-hole. Anyway.
What is it exactly are you looking for?
So it stipulates in there.
Your mom.
Let me send this to Nate. Wow. You have 3 units out there? For what?
So, yeah.
You have all your units here, so
I have all my units here.
that's what we were told.
Who do you see here? The undersheriff, myself, the transport deputy, the court. And so
Okay.
what do you
Cops
say?
hate it when they do this.
You don't know. Really, Ernest? Really?
Sure.
Wow. Okay. Well then,
Right.
you can stand outside of my office. I'm going in here. That's really bad, Ernest.
So
Undersheriff Trujillo walks away with the phones, and the Espanola officers inform the deputies that they need to be able to see the phones in case the sheriff attempts to delete anything. The sheriff and undersheriff eventually return to the front of the office, but continue to wander aimlessly in and out of the view of the officers. Shortly thereafter,
Yeah, that's so shady. It's so shady, man. Like, both of these guys.
Interim Police Chief Roger Jimenez arrives on the scene to speak with Sheriff Lujan.
He's trying to make contact with.
morning, Undersheriff.
comply or no? Just understand.
He's waiting for his attorney to get him the place.
Okay.
We're gonna be trying to call him, but he's busy.
So he has the warrants. They're signed. They're legal. It's a court order. I know. You guys are just doing your job, but I don't want you guys in the middle of this. All we needed the phones. That's it.
Well, once he gets his advice from his attorney, we'll do that. I got him. I don't know.
You have your phone, his phones?
Yes.
Okay. Can I see him at least so I could give you that professional courtesy? Okay.
I think it could have you guys leave. I mean, we're making more of a show than anything could. Nothing's gonna happen.
Well, I'm not the one making the show. I had only sent these guys in here. I just, again, we want the phone.
That's fine. You're probably gonna get the phone, but wait until he gets done.
Well, as you know, Under Sheriff, it's not probably. There's a court order. I don't want to. I really don't. I don't want to have to put anybody in cuffs. I don't. But if that's what I have to do, then I will do it. I don't want to do that.
And you're saying who?
Him.
Oh.
Alright. I talked to him. I got you on the phone. I have the copy of the search warrant.
Somebody has it.
I gave him copies.
Where are they?
What's that? The warrants?
You asked for them or did you?
No, he gave them to me.
Okay.
Search me. You have the search warrant for my person?
Are you going to comply, yes or no? That's all I want. I want the phones. That's it.
I told you. You have your search warrant says to search me for personal phones?
He has the phones. He already told me he has the phones.
Okay. That's not what the search warrant says, does it?
Okay, so you want us to lock down
Oh,
the sheriff's
this
office?
freaking
Go ahead and
douchebag.
call them back. You're going to stay out here, sir. Stay out here. For what? Because, no.
Roger.
Under Sheriff,
You can go through the court system.
Okay, anybody else in the freaking world would have been slammed to the ground in cuffs 40 minutes ago. This guy needs,
we're going to lock down this building until he gives me those phones.
Really?
Yes, that's what the DA's office advised.
Really? Yeah. Where's that on paper?
You can call her, Andrea Reed. Do you want her number?
She can call.
He's going out.
anybody else would have been drawn down on, especially at this point.
You're not going to stop me from leaving if I want to leave. Am I under arrest?
If we have to.
Am I under arrest?
Not
Then
now.
Get away from me.
Not now. Go back inside. We're going to lock down the office. Please, go back in the office. Seriously,
Don't touch. Back up.
You can go in the office, but
Back up.
Again,
Reach.
again,
go inside.
anybody else in the world would have been slammed to the ground and got freaking a list of charges. Come on, just for touching that dude. Oh, man.
Because you're not certified, so
Back up.
This slight physical altercation demonstrates that the deputies prioritize their loyalty to the sheriff above their sworn duty to uphold the law. The Espanola officers followed the proper protocol and served a legitimate search warrant to the sheriff. The Rio Arriba deputies are bound by the same oath to uphold the law as it is dictated by their respective justice system as every other member of law enforcement. Their failure to uphold the search warrant raises serious questions about their competence as a department and reveals a glaring gap between their ability to perform their duties according to the law and the ethical standards associated with law enforcement as a whole.
So are you refusing? Is that what you're saying?
Refusing what?
You're refusing a lawful order?
From who?
From the judge.
What judge?
Judge Gonzalez.
On what case is that on?
On my case. You have the search warrant.
On your case?
Yeah, you have the search warrant. You have
Search
the
warrant, the case is going to district court, right?
You continue to
It's a district
continue
court
to
judge
resist and
has this
obstruct.
case,
You're
right?
showing a pattern of behavior, Sheriff.
Really?
Yes.
It's a pattern of
Already
harassment
twice.
from you is what
Already
it is.
twice.
Retaliation and
Twice.
harassment is what it is.
Twice. That's okay. You have your opportunity in court. I'm here
So
asking.
will you on a misdemeanor.
Okay, for now. For now.
I've
For
done
now.
nothing. Are you
Then
accusing
why
me of
not-
something else?
Then why not give me the phones?
I told you I'm seeking legal counsel first. I have that right. Do I not have a right to seek
You have the
legal
legal
counsel?
order. You have
I
a
do.
legal order.
And it doesn't say how long I have to give it to you, does it?
It says now.
Does
yes,
it?
Yes.
Show me.
It's a court order. You have the copies.
It says now?
Yeah, well, when do you, okay, so you get a search warrant, you just do it whenever you want?
Sheriff, it would just be so much easier if you just give us these phones. And
I don't
let us
have the
go.
phones, do I?
Well, no, but I saw you give them to your undersheriff, who has them in his pocket. So just the knowledge of that.
Give him the phones. This is all harassment and retaliation because I told the city council that you shouldn't be the chief. That's what it is.
You think whatever you want.
I don't think, I know.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
You
Go ahead and give it to him. These phones are not to be gone through until you have a warrant for the content. You only have a warrant for the phones,
You're
not the
absolutely right.
content.
You're absolutely right.
And good luck, and you better not come through a magistrate. You better go through a district court judge.
Thank you, Undersheriff.
Go.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
After acquiring the phones, the Espanola officers left the scene without further incident. The officers secured a search warrant for the contents of the phone a few days later and discovered that Sheriff Lujan did not surrender the correct phone to the officers. The search warrant specifically named the phone that the sheriff had used to communicate with Mr. Chacon, but neither of the phones that the sheriff gave to the officers were the one he had used on March 22nd. Upon realizing that the sheriff failed to comply with the stipulations of the search warrants, an arrest warrant was issued, and on May 21st, the Espanola Police Department arrested Sheriff Lujan at his office. During the arrest, the sheriff managed to get a resisting charge stacked on top of the other charges he was already facing. Overall, Sheriff Lujan and the Rio Arriba Sheriff's Office get an F for failing to comply with the language of the search warrants, escalating a lawful interaction into a passive-aggressive standoff, and actively working to shield the sheriff from the authority of a court order. The blind loyalty of the deputies sheds light on the gang-like operations of certain police departments across the country, and officers who operate under the best interest of their department at the expense of properly enforcing the law are a danger to their communities. If the sheriff's actions are any indication of his guilt, then there is no doubt that he will be prosecuted for his crimes. It will be interesting to see what, if any, information is gathered from the cell phone that the sheriff went through so much trouble to hide.
All right, so, I'm kind of glad this is going to have to be a multi-parter. So, yeah, you know what? What's tomorrow? You know what? We'll cover it at 7:10. I'll figure it out. Yeah, this will definitely be a multi-parter, guys. Maybe we'll just jump into again next week. This is a pretty good jumping point to leave to. So at this point, the police realized that there was communication going on. So they actually go to serve a search warrant on a city council member. And guess who shows up? The sheriff again. And this just snowballs and snowballs, guys. So this is just the first part one of Espanola City in New Mexico, guys. A freaking true crime dream or nightmare. I don't know. One of the other guys. Who thought, man? Breaking Bad got it right, boy. Woo, New Mexico ain't nothing nice. Me and my son went on a Route 66 trip, did the thing and traveled around, went through Texas and Branson, Missouri. Anyway, we end up coming back, and I've told this story before. Man, Albuquerque. Woo, Albuquerque is a crazy little town. We book a hotel at the last minute. It was through Priceline, but then ended up kind of realizing it was a pay-by-the-week hotel, unless you're traveling through. And you guys know, and I roll up, and I have a Challenger. I drive a Challenger. That's what we took on the trip. And a guy had a Charger next to us, and it was like lime green, and at one point it looked like it could have been nice. It was like duct taped and zip tied, and it was still probably got up and go. It was still an okay car. And the guy, I pull up, and the dude's just sweating, and he's installing a stereo. And I immediately go back to my tweaker days, and I'm like, oh, I know what this dude is. So he sees the Challenger. We have bullshit for a minute about cars, and I go in. And I go out to smoke, get my son all settled in. He's 18, 19 at this point. Get him settled in the hotel. I go out to smoke. They have like a little smoking dog walking area. So I go out and smoke. And this little chick comes with tattoos on her neck, just walking a pit bull. just what you think someone like my okay, no stereotypes, but all right. And then I'm like, oh, I bet you they're together, these two, because they have a pit. She has a pit bull. He has all these pit bull stickers on his Challenger, and they look like they might be together. And so we're getting ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden you just hear the people in the next room going at it. Boom, boom, like not fighting. No, sounded like two cats having sex in the street, like we talked about yesterday. And yeah, and my son luckily is a heavy sleeper, so it wasn't like a weird awkward moment. But I was just like, enough. I had to go out. And I went out to smoke again, and I'm going this way, and I see her come out of the room in a bathrobe and nothing else, with a bucket for ice, like she owned the place. And I'm like, oh man, this is too much. So I go out and I smoke, and I come through, and there's this little Cat Williams looking guy screaming at this girl, telling her, I want you to go right there and right back. I'm not saying he was a pimp, but I'm pretty sure he was a pimp. And I'm just like, oh my God. And so I looked over, and I see the freaking dude's Charger trunk open. And he was installing the stereo, and I'm like, oh man, none of my business. And I see the little pimp guy start looking at the freaking trunk. And I'm like, oh, do I say something, or do I just push down on the trunk? It's not my car, it's not my business. No, 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 no. So I go in and I tell the front desk, and they know who the dude is. I guess he lives there. So he comes out. Next morning, everything was taken care of. But that was my brief encounter in Albuquerque, guys. Albuquerque ain't nothing nice, telling you. All right, guys, appreciate you tuning in so much. We're gonna jump in next week on part 2 of Espanola. There's so much more to get into, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. All right. Blow up those comments. Make sure you're hashtagging haunt. Get this mask, guys. We're going to announce the winner tomorrow. Hashtag gremlins for the Joe Dante. And then hashtag Pee-wee for Pee-wee for the Diane Salinger, guys. All right. So awesome. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to go check on Lonnie, guys. Hopefully everything's good. Blow up those comments. Hey, if it's your first time watching, let us know. We've been known to send you something nice just because. All right, guys. Appreciate you so much. And I will see you next time on It's 420 Somewhere. We'll see you guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.